Hey guys, it's your girl Teanna Woods, and welcome back to another episode of Surviving Life Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about He Was Never Going to Pick You, and we're going to talk about pretty privilege, or should I necessarily say, like, I don't want to say versus light skin, dark skin, but pretty privilege. We're going to talk about pretty privilege, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that there's different forms of pretty privilege. So we're going to get into those today. If you're new here, please like, share, subscribe. I got the wireless headphone. I'm hoping that it sounds awesome. I'm going to try not to yell, refrain from yelling, because I feel like when you yell too much, it gets a little staticky on us, and we don't want it to get staticky. So if you're ready to join in for this conversation, please like, share, and subscribe, and let's hop into the episode. Start with He Was Never Gonna Pick You. I am gonna hold it in my hand because I don't want to like have it over here, because I feel like it's gonna be too loud, and I want the volume not to be too loud. I want you guys to actually hear me. But this wireless microphone has been like literally a gem. I love it. I got it from Amazon for $79. It has been like chef kiss. Right next to the DJ other one. But y'all not here to hear about the microphone. Y'all here to hear me talk, and we're here to have this conversation. But I just want to say that yes, I was gone for a little bit, but your girl's back on her zone. Like, I'm back at it. I may be gone for like a week or two, but eventually I'm gonna get myself together. Schedule is crazy, but we're not here to talk about work. We're here to talk about this topic. So let's get into the He Was Never Gonna Pick You. Personally, I went through this experience. Yeah, I literally did. I was dealing with someone for years. Like, I'm talking about years. Like, we were like friends before, and then I dealt with him for years. And you know, before, he was adamant and persistent on chasing me and wanting to deal with me and stuff like that. But for some reason, it didn't click. I'm gonna be honest, it didn't click because I used to date his friend. But when I say date, I mean like we were kids, me and his friend. So it was like puppy love. We ain't never did nothing. So it wasn't like it was real serious or anything. We was kids. We was like in middle school type shit. So I didn't see it. So once me and my ex-boyfriend broke up, and you know, a girl got needs. I was like 18, 17, 16, whatever. A girl had needs, and I was like, you know what? This is my friend. I feel like the friendship of anything, a friendship is gonna just like, regardless of what, like, we have a friendship. So I'm not thinking he gonna disrespect me no type of ways. I gotta do none of those things that type of way. I'm thinking that our friendship is so secure as friends that we would be good throughout anything. Like, I'm like, in my head, how I thought about it, you're my friend first before we ever started doing this, right? So push come to shove, we was doing it for a while, but at some point in change, there was a shift. I wanted more, he didn't, which, you know, it happens. At first he wanted me in that way, but I didn't see him in that way. And once I started seeing him in that way, he didn't want me in that way, which at the end of the day is perfectly fine. You know, for me, stuff happens, you get a gist of it, and it is what it is. Now, when I say that he was never going to pick you, I'm going to use me as an example. He was never going to pick me. The more that you make yourself accessible, the more that you make yourself presentable to them, the more that you give them so much more of yourself, and they have already had it. In their head, it's like, I've had it already. I still get it. Why do I need the full thing if I'm already having what she has given me already? And in my naive head, I literally felt like everything that I was doing in my power, as far as always being around, being accessible, being consistent, and it's just all of that stupidity, in the end, nothing ever happened, because nothing was ever going to happen. Like, for example, you know, when they be like, oh, the talking stage is so long. No, the talking stage is never long, and I'm gonna tell you how it's never long now. I've been with Javon for like 4 years, okay? Right? In those years, we've had problems. We've had, you know, ain't no relationship perfect, feel me? But when I tell you, when that boy first saw me, that was it. He didn't care nothing. He wanted me to be his girlfriend from when we first started talking. I remember when we first started talking, we were getting to know each other, and it was like 5-6 months. 5-6 months, and he was like he slipped up mad time saying I love you, and I was like, holy shit. And you know, in my head, I was thinking for so long, like, you know, oh, love don't happen like that. It don't just happen like that. It probably happens over time, and you know someone for so long that it's just like, no, sometimes it generally does happen like that. Like, you literally meet someone and you can feel like you know them your whole life. Like, literally, like, he's my best friend. Even though he gets on my nerves, he's literally my best friend and my lover. But before lover, I consider him my best friend. Like, the growth and stuff that we've had together, oh my god, I'm about to tear a little bit. Ew. The growth and stuff that we've done together, we've had together, is like, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I wouldn't do it with anybody else. And yeah, but back to, he was never gonna pick you. He was never gonna pick you. No matter what you do, there's nothing that you can ever do to make someone see your worth, because if they didn't see it when they started, they were never gonna see it to begin with. Okay. And also, it's not even, sometimes it don't even gotta be, it's not even you, honey. It's literally the fact that maybe that man is just not a good man. Maybe that man has mommy issues, daddy issues. Maybe that man just not it for you, and anything that is for you is going to come smoothly. There's not going to be any bumps roads. And when I say bump roads, I'm like, you're not going to feel the need to be like on 10 all time. But then again, that comes with the kind of woman that you are, or the kind of man that you are. You have to be emotionally educated, intelligent on your emotions. For some women, I spoke to my dad the other day, and I don't know why I spoke to my dad about this, but I just spoke to my dad. I was like, him, man. And you know, he said what he realized with women is that they like the toxic, they like to be on edge, they like to be on climb, they like to have like a little suspense. And yes, I told him yes, but I said, Daddy, toxic women like that stuff. Toxic people like that. They like the confusion. It leaves room for like what's gonna happen next. When you get older and mature, you're not gonna care about any of that shit, because it's gonna be fucking weird. Like, who wants to be on edge all the time trying to figure out if this person really feel for you, trying to figure out what's gonna be next? No one wants that. It's stupid. It's fucking dumb. But yes, he was never gonna pick you. It's not you. It's just that maybe you guys are not compatible. He's just not for you. And God is gonna let you know that each and every time that you think there's something there, God is going to make a shift. It's if you're gonna listen to the shift, or if you're gonna continue being stupid about it. So yes, I gave you my example of how I knew he wasn't gonna pick you. It takes time to really analyze that and realize that. But then also you have to sit there and think, why do I want this person to pick me? Like, what am I unhappy with myself, where I can't pick myself to see that this man don't want me, or this woman don't want me that way? Why can't I gather myself and move on? So I think that you should probably think about that. I thought about it. I found out why I had daddy issues. Like, me and my dad are cool now. Ain't no beef. I love my dad. I do. But yeah, I didn't really have a father figure. Granted, I had my grandpa. My grandpa was the best man on earth. Yes, he is. Still is. Forever will be. But it's different when you have your dad. You feel me? My grandfather showed me what a man is, but it's different when you actually have your dad. You know, it's different. But yeah, just saying, you know, you might want to think about that, guys. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into the pretty privilege thing. Now I'm gonna also give my example with my personal experience with the pretty privilege stuff. And also, when I want to tap into pretty privilege, I also want to speak on body privilege. Okay. We have to speak on that too, because I feel like that's a part of privilege, but people don't talk about it. But could get into it now. So pretty privilege. Now, as a black woman, okay, right, I'm gonna give you the example I had when I was in college. And I don't know what happened. Like, I went into the library and I saw a group of my friends and they were talking, whatever. And I guess they were talking about a conversation about, oh, light skin, dark skin, brown skin, So they were like, yeah, Teanna, you're dark skin. And I was like, I was kind of mad, but I was mad because, one, I don't like to use the term dark skin, light skin, none of that shit. I feel like we black, you black. Black comes in all different shades. That's why we are the trendsetters, baby. There's a girl out here that could be my complexion. That could be another tone darker. She could have a lighter undertone, but she could be my complexion. There's so much undertones to different shades of black. It's like, baby, there's so much different complexions when it comes to black. But I don't like to do that, because it's like, black is black. If you're gonna be black women, stand by all shades of black, right? And I was like, okay, but I'm just saying, I'm just black. And I just left because it was just an ignorant ass conversation to have. But I remember my friend, she was like, oh, well, you stormed out, man, but he was just trying to say that you was pretty for a dark skinned girl. In my head, I was like, I'm not even going to sit here and explain to you because you don't even understand the colorism, the disgust behind that comment because you are a lighter complexion woman. You're not gonna understand it, and I don't have time to sit here and break it down to explain to you why that is such a degrading comment. So with that, I just walked away and was like, oh, okay, whatever, yeah, I don't know. But looking back, I'm like, no, I should have educated her. But at the end of the day, it's just like stuff like that is fucking annoying because at the end of the day, you saying I'm pretty for a dark skinned girl is basically saying that you just made the cut to being the beauty standard. But you know, growing up, I'm not gonna lie, like growing up I didn't have that colorist type of stuff growing up because all my friends were black just like me. I was in college. It was a whole nother world. It was a whole bunch of snow bunnies and yada 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 and crackers, and it was a whole different world, right? So I wasn't used to that colorist stuff like that. Like in my head I'm like, okay, that's ignorant that you would say such a thing. But it's just like, even the friends who were black like me were like, yeah, you're dark skin, I'm sitting here like, I'm just black. Like, I'm just black. Like, why do we have to specify? But then I had to realize that comes within a self-hate, and it also stands with what used to happen over time when they used to segregate the lighter complexion people to the darker complexion people. I was out in the cotton fields and you was in the house cleaning, like that type of stuff. So it's just like, why is it like that? And it gets annoying because just because I'm darker or just because you're lighter does not mean that you're that beautiful. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Your complexion has nothing to do with the beauty of a human being. It has everything to do with the characteristics of you being a human being. What kind of woman are you? What kind of man are you? And it's just so sickening that we're still in a time period where our own people, and when I'm about to say, I'm about to be mad. Any Hispanics, y'all are black unless you're from Spain. I'm sorry, honey. But it's like, I just don't like the fact that people have so much, like, people only want to be black when it's convenient, and that also gets me very upset because why are you doing that? If you're not going to stand with us when we're going through the depression and oppression, you maybe should stay far away. But that right there irritates me, and I hate that, and I really do hate it. Like, my grandmother, like, she's the lightest out of her sisters, and I remember her saying, like, you know, she always said that when she have kids, she was never gonna, like, you know, mix her kids up. And all of them look the same. They all have the same complexion. We're all black. But it's so crazy because growing up, people were used to be like, oh, you're darker, but your grandmother's light. Like, she's Spanish. I'm like, bitch, no. Like, what? No, she's Jamaican. Like, what does this connotation come from? Where is this logic? And also for Dominicans, yes, I'm pinpointing Dominicans. I don't give a fuck. I'm saying Dominicans. I hate the fact that y'all feel like Dominicans can't be black. Like, black. Like, you're black. And the ones in Haiti, some of the people in Haiti are Dominican too, you know, like some of them speak Spanish. So you might have a Haitian father and a Dominican mother. Like, hello, it happens. And when you're blacker, it's like, oh, no, you're not. How? But why does this have to do with what my ethnic and my nationality is? Like, what? And my brothers are Panamanian and Guyanese. And I am Anguillan and Jamaican and Guyanese. Yes, my Kayla, my baby cousin, she's Dominican. Is she Dominican or is she Panamanian? I think her father's Dominican. Her father's Dominican and Anguillan. So that the whole color of shit really blows my mouth out because it's like, why are y'all like this? It's like, why are you guys like this? Like, there's nothing wrong with being black, honey. You should be happy to be black. We're the trendsetters. You should be very, very happy to be black. Okay? You should be very happy. It's beautiful because the most hated person on this earth are black people. It's astonishing, actually. We're the most hated, the most talked about, but we set the trend for every and anything that people want to do. These lips, they're getting fillers for them. This ass, they're getting ass shots for them. They're laying on a table to get it. These hips, they're laying on a table to get them too, and I have them. So yeah. And also with the body shape, oh, not the body too, like, you are treated a certain way if you're lighter and if you have a certain body shape. And that's the stuff that kills me, because why do you act like that? Why do we act like that? Why? What's the reason behind it? Because a person is lighter, she or he deserves better treatment. Because this person has a curvier body, flat stomach, fat ass, perky titties, they deserve the world? What happened to people's character traits? Like, what happened to you just being a decent human being? And because you're a decent human being, people want to be around you. Because you're a decent human being, people treat you with respect. Whatever happened to those things? And I feel like right now we are just sailing by on this earth, and it's horrible. It's trash to begin with. It's really, really bad. I'll be honest, it really is bad. But yeah, those are the topics that I want to touch on for today. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. If you have any comments down below, please feel free to talk. I shared my piece. I would love to hear the engagement from you guys on what you view on what I said. Do we have to go tit for tat? No, we don't. Can you educate me? I will really appreciate that, and I will educate you as well. That's what we're here for. Okay, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.